Hi, I'm Jeannie Jacobs. I am the founder of lifestyles brands Just Jeannie and Pivotal Moments. And I want to welcome you to my table. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on all my social media platforms. Today, I'm going to make a very classic breakfast, steak with chimichurri sauce and eggs. This is a classic recipe that's coming from my upcoming cookbook called Welcome to My Table, where food and life best moments happen. Let's go over ingredients. The chimichurri sauce, there's three parts. We have chimichurri sauce, we have the steak and the eggs. The chimichurri sauce, we're gonna start with our combination of cilantro and our parsley. We're gonna add olive oil, red wine vinegar, red pepper flakes, garlic, and we're gonna mix it all together. But first we have to chop our parsley, and we're gonna chop up as well the cilantro. I'm gonna hold a little bit of parsley back just to garnish our plate because I like to make our plates look really, really good. First of all, you want to finely chop up the cilantro and the parsley. This will be mixed in with the olive oil. Breakfast to me is okay. I'm not really a big breakfast person personally. My breakfasts are usually on the lighter side, but I have teens in my house and they have to have big breakfasts in the morning. Both of my children are athletes, and having steak and eggs, that's just like a staple, especially during the summertime when they have to go to their sports camps. So I find this recipe to be very satisfying to them. It gives them the protein that they need and the energy to complete their activities during the day. This is our parsley and our cilantro, nicely chopped. Let me chop it down just a little bit more. Next, we're gonna chop our garlic cloves down. So I have 3 nice garlic cloves. We're gonna make sure we chop or mince those as well. I love the smell of garlic. Actually, I can eat garlic like plain by itself. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, each to their own, right? Garlic to me is so good in dishes. It's a staple in my house. I have garlic stashed in my pantry and in my refrigerator. No meal goes without garlic in this house, I swear. And the smell is just fabulous right now. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. I guess that's coming sooner or later, huh? You can also use a mincer, but I kind of like to chop my garlic just like that. I don't know, it's just satisfying to me to be able to do that. Slowly just mince it up, let the flavors release. All that olfactory experience is important. Now we have the garlic. So now that we have chopped parsley and the cilantro and the garlic is nicely chopped, we're gonna place it in a bowl. Because in this bowl, we're gonna mix some very important stuff. So our ingredients are now in the bowl. Next, we're gonna add salt and pepper. So I'm gonna grind in some pink Himalayan salt and black pepper. I love the black pepper. I think black pepper is everything. Gotta have black pepper. Where's our salt? Aha. This is my favorite salt by Maison Gabrielle. And we're gonna put in, it's really to your taste, but I'm gonna do a teaspoon to start. Next, we're gonna add in paprika, and I have some smoked paprika here. Don't you love the smell? That smokiness is everything. It's humid in Texas, so cooking outside is like awesome for me, but you know, it is what it is. Things stick. We have red pepper flakes. We're also gonna place some oregano and my favorite seasoning from Maison Gabrielle. It smells so great. So drop in some oregano. Then we're gonna add some olive oil. And I'm pretty generous with the olive oil. I'm just gonna saturate it. Yay, just like that. See? Because we're gonna mix this baby all in. Let's say like a half a cup, maybe a cup. I just love it. This is smelling so good right now. I'm gonna add a little red wine vinegar. And we're gonna add lemon juice, freshly squeezed this morning. lemon brightens the flavors. It really, really gives it that punch. So now we're gonna mix it all together. And this is what our sauce is looking like. I think I'll add a little bit more olive oil. One thing, just a side note, a pro tip, make your sauce first. Get your steak, before you actually cook your steak, marinate the steak in this sauce. It gives it even more flavor. The steak was just yummy, yummy, yummy. There we go. This is a nice consistency for our chimichurri sauce. Looks great. Now, let's taste the chimichurri sauce. Let's make sure we don't have to add a little extra something. I would add just a little bit of lemon juice. And let's add a little bit of salt. That will be perfect. All right, pro tip, remember, before you cook your steak, you can actually marinate the steak in the chimichurri sauce to give the steak a little bit more flavor. What I'm gonna do next is set the chimichurri sauce on the side, and we're gonna proceed with preparing our steak. Now, here's our steak. We have 2 thin ribeye steaks. You can do thick, but my family prefers thin. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually season it. But first, we need to chop up more garlic. So I have 3 more garlic cloves that we're gonna chop up, and we're gonna mince them, just like so. And it says in this garlic smell, it's delightful. Love it. So we're gonna chop down this garlic, just like we did for the chimichurri sauce. My favorite part is the chopping. Just wield that knife. So ironic for me to say that, given my surgical days. Can't stay away from the knife. Chop, chop, chop. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We got our garlic. We have red pepper flakes, smoky paprika, and we have, of course, cumin for that smokiness. So let's go ahead and season our meat. We're gonna start with some salt. We're gonna go with some black peppercorns. We're gonna do both sides. I don't know about you, but I always wash my meat off before I cook. I know people some controversy about it, but that's what I do. So what I'm gonna do on both sides, sprinkle a little bit of the paprika on one side and put the remaining on the other. We like that smokiness, especially here in Texas. Gonna add cumin. The cumin smells delightful. Some red pepper flakes. A little kick, and we're just gonna use a little bit. My kids are not really big into really spicy food. There you go. And we'll do the same for the other side. Now we are seasoned and ready for, yes, the cast iron pan. Now, we're gonna wash our hands here. Drop our dirty dishes in the sink. Very important to me that I actually make sure I clean as I cook. It makes things hassle-free. After I'm done making a fabulous meal, who wants to be stuck with the dishes, right? So I make sure I clean every time I do something in the kitchen. Any dishes that are dirty, I wash, drop them in the sink, wash my hands, and move on to the next item. Cast iron frying pan. I did make a faux pas. I actually put the garlic on the steak before I should have. Typically you want to cook your steaks without the garlic because you know garlic can burn, but we gotta work around it. I like garlic anyways. I kind of like mine a little toasty, but just put some olive oil in your pan. My steaks are thin, so it won't take long for them to cook. Typically you wanna cook your steaks 3 to 4 minutes on each side. In this case, since they're so thin, probably a minute will do, maybe 2. So we let this heat up a little bit and we'll proceed. So let's do it. Let's get these bad boys in this frying pan. Okay, I think we're gonna turn it over. Yep. See, garlic is good. It's not scorched at all. Ooh, it smells good, people. I think we're about ready. Yeah. So the last portion, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn down this heat a little bit too. We're gonna add butter. Nice and buttery. Start basting our steaks. Ooh, it smells amazing. 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 Oh my gosh. But I can't just eat it right now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we're done. I'm gonna take this off. And we're gonna let the steaks rest. Now, we have our steaks right here. So we're gonna let them rest for 5 minutes. And I'm gonna pour the garlicly buttered goodness all over it. So now we're gonna let our steaks rest. Voila. Isn't this yummy, yummy? Woo. All right, so next we're gonna make the scrambled egg part. And all you need to do, have company. I guess for breakfast. Next we're gonna make the scrambled eggs. All you need to do is crack 2 to 4 eggs. In my case, I do 3 because I know what my family likes. What we're gonna do is add some salt and pepper. First, we'll start with the pepper. Some salt. In my case, I like to use, believe it or not, whipping cream for my eggs. I like them light and fluffy. And let's whisk them up. Now, let's put them in our pan. Let's get some beautiful eggs. Now let's talk about eggs. I'm gonna do scrambled eggs because that's what my family will only eat. They will not eat fried eggs, sunny side up, or anything like that, poached. So whatever type of egg you want is perfectly safe for this meal. Just do it your way. It's your vibe, right? So first up, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn the heat on, get this pan warm, not too hot. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put butter into this pan, and we're gonna have some wonderful, fluffy eggs. It's a little windy outside, so we're going to jack that temperature up and the flame just to get it going. One of the disadvantages of being outside, it's a beautiful day, it's humid in Texas. At least I'm not being bitten up by mosquitoes or crazy bugs, but the humidity is amazing here. And of course we have a nice little breeze, but still not quite cool enough. Seeing the butter kind of bubble a little bit, we're gonna drop the temp a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the eggs in. Just like that. And what I'll do, I'll wait till the edges kind of curl up from this little pan and just kind of take my spatula and move the egg mixture around. You get these really fluffy, nice scrambled eggs. Let's test them a little bit. Not quite, but we're getting there. So as I take the spatula, just kind of whirl around a little bit. You don't have to take a fork and beat your eggs together and beat them to death. Just kind of swirl the spatula just like that. And see, you're getting nice scrambled eggs. It's almost like you're folding in like nuts into a batter a little bit. So bring the heat down a little bit. Don't want to overcooked. They are fluffy, fluffy, fluffy and light, just the way the texture is just perfect. Let them sit just a little bit longer. Make sure they're not too gushy because my kids will have a fit. Voila, we have nice, fluffy, scrambled eggs. Now, let's plate our steak. Now we're gonna plate our steak and chimichurri sauce with our eggs. This smells so good, amazing. It's nice and smoky. Another pro tip, if you really want the meat to be smoky, put it on the grill. If you can't, you can also add a little bit of liquid smoke if you really want to. Gonna add our eggs on the side. And if you want to, you can also add potatoes and grilled veggies to this meal as well. I don't know about you, but my kids are not really big veggie eaters. They just want the protein. I said, oh well, but I find ways of getting vegetables in them. Now we're gonna add our chimichurri sauce. So yummy. We're gonna drizzle this over our steak. They're getting some vegetables, they don't know it. And we'll garnish our meal. Looks pretty fabulous, doesn't it? If you like this recipe, I have a lot more coming at you in my upcoming cookbook. Welcome to my table, where food and life's best moments happen. Also, if you like this video and you want to see more, please like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on all my social media channels. Enjoy.